Just around the corner, keeping your kids entertained is a base. Well, in 1964, a California band called the Sandals gained fame with the soundtrack for the classic surfing film, The Endless Summer. 30 years later, a sequel is on its way to the big screen. Greg Lefebvre reports that the Sandals are hoping for deja vu all over again.
This summer marks the return of the musical signature of a generation of surfers. The theme from Bruce Brown's 1966 surfing movie, Endless Summer. The music was composed and performed by the Southern California surf band, the Sandals. They're now back 30 years later, recording the music another time for Brown's sequel, Endless Summer 2. The musical theme is the same, inspired by Gaston Joris's view from his home on the beach at San Clemente, California.
I just needed something melodic for that sun coming down, and I just kind of went, da, 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 da.
Band members kept in touch. Gaston Joris taught college. John Blakely operates his recording studio.
We all ended up here redoing some of the music with our original instruments, and when we got back together after that many years, it took all of 1 minute for it to just feel right again.
Despite the silver hair, the years disappeared.
Well, we were seniors in high school, and we were so high off of working that out with Bruce and having written that music, we didn't really know where it was going. And here it's coming back.
Their stuff just seemed to have a certain flow to it or beat or whatever that enhanced the film, worked with the film.
Most everybody was using Fenders at the time, although I was playing a Gibson.
The Sandals were joined in this session by Hawaiian surf champion Derek Ho.
You know, that was a really big inspiration for me growing up surfing. Just watching these guys surf these incredibly long waves, good music that goes along with it.
The Sandals' next project, a new surf album with new bands. Another Endless Summer. Greg Lefebvre, CNN, San Francisco.
And we're going to hang 10 and ride that big wave out of here. Tomorrow, a special Showbiz Today report on the high cost of tickets to concert and sporting events and why you cannot get good seats to any.
Sound of surf music. Our John Norris rides the new tide of revival onto shore.
It was the soundtrack for an era, the music that captured the power of the big wave and defined the world's image of Southern California in the early 60s.
Let's go surfing now, everybody's learning how, come on and safari with me.
A surf music revival. You're thinking the Beach Boys, right? Wrong. They may sing about catching a wave, but the sound is not surf. This is the surf sound. Wipeout, according to purists, play the real thing. A distinct brand of roaring reverb guitar. No words, no harmonies, no nonsense.
It's guitar instrumental music, and that's the bottom line, is it's guitars, and people like guitars.
Talking bottom line, talking surf guitar, you're talking Dick Dale. He invented the sound and the technology. After 40 years of picking, Dale remains the king of surf guitar.
My sound is a sound that I use my instrument as an extension of my body, heart, and soul. And I play it like I'm chopping down a tree.
Dick has chopped a lot of wood since the late 50s, and thanks to heavy airplay by college radio stations, he's found a new audience. Rob Seidenberg, music writer for Entertainment Weekly, says Dale has influenced generations of musicians.
I would say most guitarists would say that they owe a debt to him.
Among the indebted, Gary Hoey. His guitar playing is featured in Endless Summer 2. The movie's soundtrack is credited for stoking interest in the surf sound of the 60s. Dave Kaplan of Surf Dog Records says surf music is back in a big way.
You are having major uprisings of these kinds of bands in Orange County, up in the Bay Area, in Florida.
Surfing as a sport seems to have grown or be growing in popularity. Yeah. So there is a possibility that some of this, so-called revival of surf music is related to a revival in surfing as a sport.
A lot of the fresh, new stuff that, you know, aggressive kind of music that gets surfers out in the water, makes them want to move.
So what's in your CD player right now?
I was just cranking some Offspring. I was cranking it pretty hard.
Offspring may seem a far cry from the days of beach blanket bingo, but music insiders say bands like this are the future of surf music. And while traditional surf bands are finding new fans, Offspring represent the new wave, direct descendants of the surf sounds pioneered by Dick Dale, not the Beach Boys.
Hot stuff. Dick Dale is the oldest artist to ever enter the top 10 college music charts with his latest album, Unknown Territory. One thing you can say, he cooks.
You took the words out of my mouth once again. All right. Well, one businessman can hear the sounds of cash registers just about everywhere he goes. More like us than we ever imagined.
In a battle much like a street fight, rival dolphins square off nose to nose in an underwater turf war. Two neighboring dolphins have entered the wrong territory and synchronized their defiance by jumping out of the water. Posturing becomes a brawl, and the enemies tumble in the fray. As quickly as it began, the struggle is over, and the victors celebrate in vocal unison, turning inverted and chanting, as if in celebration. This mob mentality is a crucial component of dolphin behavior. These same dolphins who fearlessly fend off intruders also dedicate their lives to nurturing their young. Dolphin behaviorist Dr. Denise Herzing has found that dolphin societal structures resemble extended human families. Since 1985, when Dr. Herzing founded the Wild Dolphin Project, she has spent 5 months a year living with a group of Atlantic spotted dolphins in their natural habitat, a shallow sandbank in the open ocean of the Bahamas.
We spend time in the water with them, observing them, developing rapport with them so they get used to us as something in their environment.
Video cameras and underwater microphones are used to monitor the dolphins' behavior. Over the years, Denise has become familiar with each dolphin's signature whistle and can tell them apart.
Each dolphin has a unique signature whistle or a name whistle to identify themselves, such as me saying, "I'm Denise."
When a dolphin vocalizes its whistle, bubbles are expelled out of its blowhole. Like humans, dolphins take on different responsibilities depending on their gender and age.
The mother-infant unit and the structure that evolves around that is the essence of dolphin society. The mothers will guide the young dolphins when they're first born physically by just keeping them underneath them and guiding them with their tail and their stalk, keeping in physical contact.
Denise names the infants after their physical characteristics. Just like human babies, they are scolded by their mothers when they misbehave.
There's Little Gash, who's the mother of this infant, turning inverted, and that's a typical disciplinary signal when a mother's really upset with a youngster.
As the dolphins mature, their family duties change, and their appearance becomes more mottled. The first step out of childhood is the role of babysitting.
Females and males both babysit. That's a learned role that they learn when they're growing up. They're learning how to take responsibility for younger animals when they need to.
Here, an excited infant is in a panic. He is quickly soothed by a babysitter with calming whistles and tactile gestures. The role of babysitting becomes clearest when there is a threat to the family. Sharks pose grave danger to the dolphins. Nasa, a young female, shows the scars of a near-fatal attack. Babysitter Katie sounds the alarm. It's a tiger shark. This time, the shark turns away, but babysitters will remain on the lookout. Babysitters continue this role until they become sexually mature at age 9 or 10. Then the courting process begins and will last until the dolphins become physically mature at age 25 or 30. Denise has observed many courtships, such as this one with a young female, Little Gash. Dolphin sex begins with foreplay. The male swims under Little Gash, and they rub pectoral fins while buzzing with pleasure.
They'll get belly to belly here. You'll actually just see brief copulation. And that was it. That's mating.
Courtship, however, does not always go smoothly. Oftentimes, the female is not receptive.
The male's buzzing her. He's inverted behind her. This is a tail slap right to his face. Another tail slap. And this can actually turn into aggression. If she's unreceptive, it'll actually turn into an aggressive sequence.
Bottlenose and spotted dolphins will sometimes mate and have been known to produce hybrid offspring. This time, however, a group of male bottlenose are attempting to copulate with a single male spotted dolphin. Even though the bottlenose have erections, their behavior is not purely sexual. They are also inflicting their dominance over this passive spotted. Male-to-male sex is relatively common, but the dolphins' roles and hierarchies are mostly formed during times of play.
Play is a non-threatening time when they can find out how other dolphins interact with them.
Here, a young dolphin practices its herding skills with 2 neighboring stingrays. Dolphins will even play with man-made toys. In this case, a piece of trash. It is all too easy to apply human traits to animals, but the Wild Dolphin Project has shown that the spotted society is something very familiar to us, a family.
Dr. Herzing wants to thoroughly decipher the dolphins' vocalizations. She hopes that one day this will allow her to communicate directly with these complex creatures.
They called her Galloping Gertie because she couldn't stand still.
Push, George Bush. There's George. Push, push. My God, you said I could raise the dead when I looked into your eyes. I thought I saw you smile, baby, while you're killing time, and my heart was on my sleeve. Go, but that didn't mean I wanted you to live, darling. Oh, it's all you. You make me feel this way. It's all you. Coming back for another stay. It's all you. 'Cause it's just like you. It's all kind of like.
That's Jeff Kulik on stick twirls.
Yeah. It's called All Those Rockets. settle any shorage. Turn to a pale gray silhouette as I cry. All those rockets on the horizon, casting shadows, soulless trees. And those rockets are fading reminder of all the things I'll never see. Caught a plane headed for the islands. Soon after she went away, Mr. Bow walked upon the water to find it. Secluded place many miles away. Maybe find things that last a lifetime. Buried treasure, silver and gold. No conductor, no schematic order, only candlelight centuries old. All those rockets on the horizon, casting shadows, soulless trees. And those rockets are a fatal reminder of all the things I'll never see. Will we ever see? Will we ever see? All those rockets on the horizon, casting shadows, soulless trees. And the rockets are simple reminder of all the things I'll never see. Will we ever see? Will we ever see?
Why we're called Amish software. And
Well, we just are.
we just are, and I was wondering about it too. But this is a song called Amish Software. And it starts with Jeff.
Black and white, rainbows fill my eyes. Colonel Sanders, chicken in the skies. I'm software on this disc. Oh, Highness Gandhi makes a grocery list. Come on, boys. .47 on a subway ride. Underground railway in the friendly skies. Head-on collision on a runway street. You know it's a wrong way, right away. Great place to meet. Come on, Jeff. Paradoxical oxymorons. Freedom with restrictions. Friction. Paradoxical oxymorons. Contradictory contradictions. restriction. Paradoxical oxymorons, contradictory contradictions. A hunk of cheese at the beginning of a maze. I am the walrus in a purple haze. There's armor software spinning on this disc. Mohandas Gandhi raises a fist. Come on, Jeff. Paradoxical oxymorons, freedom with restrictions. Paradoxical oxymorons, contradictory contradictions. Paradoxical oxymorons, freedom with restrictions. Paradoxical oxymorons, contradictory contradictions. Paradoxical oxymorons, freedom with restrictions. Paradoxical oxymorons, contradictory contradictions. Paradoxical oxymorons, freedom with restrictions. Paradoxical oxymorons, contradictory contradictions. So again, we'd like to introduce the band. On percussion, Jeff. Beverage specialist, Kulik. Let's give him a hand. And on bass, the guy in the Stetson, John T. Dunn.
And over here, the man in the black, the man in the white, the man in the hat. Kirk can't see the forest for the trees strong.